Hello, can you guys hear us out there? Alright, thank you for waiting. We're a little bit late, but not too bad.
That's how you say hi?
Oh, can you speak up?
Wait.
Can you hear her?
You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
She didn't need it though. She's got the biggest voice.
First of all, we're in New York, right? So how we say hi? Yeah. Thank you. You should know this by now.
I do, but I just got back here. Let's not worry about the details. Anyway, would you like to introduce us and what we're here for?
All right. So, first of all, I want to say thank you for everybody showing up for this panel. So, I love y'all. Y'all so melanated. Y'all smell good too. Thank you. Thank you. So, this panel we're discussing creating safe spaces for POC and Black nerdy women. So, I, myself, Chatty Patty from the Black Ramen Podcast, aka Madam Strawhead, aka This is My Pirate Ship, aka I am the Buster Call. And I have with me.
Hello, hello. If you listen to the podcast, you know I am Sleepy Bree, aka Tea Sippin' Bree, always ready to take a nap. No, I am not going to after parties. I'm going to bed.
And also,
I'm a little bit simpler. I'm Tammy from Hubtaku, so if you know Hubtaku, you know me.
So, what inspired this panel, last year we went to Kinks and Curls, and they had a beautiful panel talking about different texture hair in cosplay and embracing your true natural self, and also being able to be whatever cosplay, whatever character you want to be, despite what people might say. You know what people. So that inspired us to want to talk about, it opened the door for conversation to have about having safe places for nerdy women, because it's not easy. It really isn't. So I wanted to go and talk about our experiences being nerdy women in the community. So Brie, how was it for you?
I will proudly say I am the worst type of fan if you listen to anyone on social media. Not only am I into all that girly nonsense, I am happily a shipper, I am happily a BL Fujoshi, and I am happily a Bakudeku shipper. So if you heard anyone online, you know I am the bane of every existence. I am the toxic in the fandom, apparently. And I hear that all the time. I'm like, what? I'm only over here enjoying my life, enjoying my media, watching my anime in my own home. Why are people getting so mad online? Why do I have to, like, every time scroll past someone, I hear someone, I'm not going to name a gender, I'm not going to name anything else, but rolling their eyes. So I feel like a lot of our time as a fan, we are doing these just in private with our only connection online. These cons are so great because we can see each other, but a lot of times, all you get is that kind of toxic online discourse, and, you know, the more niche you get, the more minority labels you add to yourself, the more people seem to be ready to hate on it. Like all those Hinata isn't blacks, all those this kind of person can't do that, all those, how many of y'all have heard that girls don't like anime? We're just doing it for clout. We're just doing it to get the guys' attention.
And Sailor Moon can't be Goku. I said it with my chest.
Right? So that is really what I've experienced for a while, being black in fandom, enjoying cosplay but being too nervous to possibly do it, not knowing how to do my own hair, so I make it up and buy some stuff off Amazon. And, you know, it gets you, but at the same time, it's things like that, seeing you guys gather here, seeing other people in these spaces, that gets me so hyped to, like, strip down half naked in 30-degree weather and pretend I'm a character. I love it. That is my fan experience.
Mine was undercover. I'm not gonna hold you. In high school, I used to watch my animes in VHS. Don't do the math. And I had a classmate of mine who had a brother who had an ill anime collection, right? So every time he would come to school, he'd give me a VHS and we swapped. My first anime was Fist of the North Star. And what ended up happening was when we left class, we never spoke to each other. He would have his friend group, I would have my friend group. My friend group never knew I was into anime, never knew I drew, none of that. And when we were in class together, you would have thought that was like my best friend. He opened up a whole new world for me. And every time I go to a con, I'm always looking in the crowd to see if I see him. I never saw him to tell him that he changed my whole perspective on what art is and what storytelling is and what it really means to be a nerd, right? So if he's out there, this podcast is for you, right? And another thing too, I was never, like when I did come out and people did start seeing that I was like embracing the nerd culture, I wasn't embraced. So I had to really dig and look for people that were like me, that understood what proper representation was in the anime community, the lack of. And when I found it, I held on to it for dear life. And I'm so happy I found it, but we need more of it. So that's why this panel exists. And hopefully I get to see more of you after this, but we'll talk about that later. So Tammy, how's it been? Like, how's your experience?
Yeah, so a lot of people know me on Twitter and stuff, big Pokemon fan. I would say that's where I really started everything in terms of anime. But I didn't know that I was watching anime when I woke up at 3 a.m. and saw InuYasha playing on Adult Swim. I didn't know that was anime. I didn't know that was anime, so I guess, you know, kind of learned along the way, trying to really embrace anime because I never grew up liking it. I think a lot of people made fun of me for it, just like, you know, a lot of people can relate here. So I never embraced it, never really liked it until I actually met Patty, Bondi, Clay, a bunch of people on Clubhouse. Yeah, he's right there. I met a lot of these guys, these people on Clubhouse where we talked anime, we made group spaces, and that was only as of like last year?
Yeah, last year.
I really started embracing my love for anime. Otherwise, never really liked it. Kind of just watched it whenever I got the chance to, but never really caught up. But these guys really taught me how to love anime, so love it here.
That is what we need to do as fans. A new fan is still a fan.
Oh, of
like
course.
None of that like, oh, that's all you did so far? Okay, it's alright. Like if you find someone who's not into it, it is your duty as a fan to make them addicted. To lock them in a room and say, okay, here's the first 100 episodes of One Piece. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Let me know what you think.
She said the magic words.
Right?
Okay.
Give them at least a few episodes of Death Note here and there. You know, teach them our ways.
Speaking of new fans and being a good provider for the community, there's a clip I wanted to show you guys before we get started. Where I can find a nice guy that loves anime, maybe a little bit chubby, nerd.
You want all that, but let me see your Crunchyroll watch list. Let me see what your watch list is. I want to see what that watch list is. You want that nerdy dude? Let me see your Funko collection. Let me see your Funko collection. What was your starter? We treat it like Pokemon. What was your starter Funko collection? Where did your Funko collection start? What was your starter Pokemon? You want nerdy? What was your starter Pokemon? Come on, tell me. I need these answers. Talking about y'all want a nerdy chubby. You don't even know how to keep a conversation with somebody like that. And if you really want to get nerdy, I want to know what your D&D class is. Let me see your D&D dice. Let me see what it is. Talking about you more. Y'all don't even like us. We tried to like y'all in high school. Y'all didn't like us. Go away now.
Yeah, that's what I said. What?
Everyone knows if you don't got a D&D stash, you're not a real anime nerd. Doesn't count apparently. So I don't know. Have any of y'all seen that TikTok? I'm sure it went around.
It went viral for a bit, and the comment section went crazy. So this is what influenced the panel too. I want women to understand that you don't have to be quizzed for your fandom. Like what you like. And if anybody comes and says, hey, did you see episode 45 and what shoes he had on? And when the credits were playing, who made that song? What studio? No. I like it because I like it. I like the OP. All right? That's it. Nobody should ever have to question you just because you're a woman or a black woman or a POC woman on what you like. Nobody should question your fandom at all. If they do, tell them to come see me. Y'all know how
They
to
will
work,
remember
right?
for sure.
Yeah, tell them to come see me. But yeah. So, have you ever been questioned for your fandom, Brie?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Like I mentioned earlier, I am the worst type of fan. So a lot of times if we walk into a meetup, it's hard for us to put ourselves out there and really start to meet people. Like sometimes if it's just at work, you can't really be giving out your Tumblr or Twitter account sometimes. If you're still in school or if you're going to college or younger school, you can't exactly meet up with people that easily. So a lot of times you want to go to these meetups, and when you go to the meetups and you look something like us, you know, you have to kind of prove yourself a little, or people will come at you with questions. Now, I want this to be an educational space. Anyone who is here, not even just the women, the ladies, not even just POC, I hope you can listen and take this as an educational experience of what not to freaking do, people. If you start talking to someone, respond to their questions as well. Don't just sit there and kind of go ranting. So the experience I had was someone sat down, I said, oh no, I haven't seen that show yet, and for the next 30 minutes, I was just subjected to them like continuously talking and explaining every episode they watched. And on one hand,
it was a guy?
Great.
It was a guy? He had chocolate.
I'm not going to give any details. Sometimes it's cold.
No, you already
He didn't have
exposed
chapstick with him. He didn't have the chapstick with him.
I know he didn't.
That's not his fault.
There's always somebody that's not moisturized, that's always got the time to ask you questions that they shouldn't be asking. You know that. You didn't have to say that. I already knew. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
But it's fine to share enthusiasm, but sometimes, and I'm just warning any of our fellow guys in the audience, when you're talking to someone, don't assume they don't know what anime is. Don't assume they've never seen anything because they only ever watch Fruits Basket because they're a girl and they only like that shoujo. Don't assume you have to explain, well, anime is short for animation in Japan.
Oh, don't do that.
We get it.
Don't do that.
We all want to have a good time together, have fun, chat it up, see about new series.
Right.
But just remember, if you're talking to someone, talk to them as a person who might actually know their stuff as well. Yeah, and just personal experience, no names, no places. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of you have also been through that first time at a meetup and someone wants to explain to you that you have to read manga the other way than comic books.
Tammy?
So, ever a situation where I've been questioned? I think I'll start with Pokemon because a lot of people know that I love Pikachu, big fan. But I get questioned a lot. What other Pokemon do you like? They always assume it's Pikachu and all the cute ones. But I actually really am a fan of all the dragon types and all the other kinds too. But a lot of people just assume I like the cute stuff. And when it comes to anime, a lot of people just assume I like magical girls. So like I'm a big Sailor Moon rep. But I like other types too. Vonnie introduced me to Marmalade Boy, one of my favorite animes. But I do like other stuff. I think a lot of people assume that I like cute stuff, maybe how I dress myself or how I present myself. So a lot of people assume, hey, you like cute stuff.
Because we're women. Let's be real. It's because we're women.
Fair.
It's because we're women.
I think that would be a start, especially if you're talking to a woman about anime or anything like that. Don't assume it's always going to be cute stuff. It's not always going to be magical girl. I'm a big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh myself, so I love TCG. I'm a big TCG collector, so we can talk about TCG all day, and I'll be able to out-talk you on that for sure. Patty?
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know if you saw a TikTok that I made recently. So I said, if all you watch is Battle Shonen, I'm pretty convinced you don't open up your ass cheeks to let the water in. So, and it's no offense to anybody that likes Battle Shonen, but I feel like you need to broaden your horizons if you want to come and be like critiquing other people and what they like and what genres they like. Thank you. I don't think it's terrible for me to have to start up a conversation to let people know that, but I started off at with this stage and this, for you to understand what I'm about to tell you is about to be facts.
It's that entitlement. It's that entitlement. We're not saying you can't just like Battle Shonen. We're not saying it's bad to be down for Dragon Ball Z. We're not. What we're saying is if you're going to step to us, at least have a resume. At least have your own credentials in order before you start quizzing us.
I thought I was toxic.
Dang!
She took over.
But it always happens. They just assume we're new. Like, we ain't been here for the last 10, 20, 30 years. Like, we weren't watching that stuff just like they were.
Listen, some of y'all started with Tsunami. I didn't have the pleasure of starting with Tsunami. I'm a little older than some of y'all. Do you know how many viruses I got in my computer for downloading stuff or Pirate Bay, all those different torrents? My computer was begging me to stop. Was I stopping? No. You know why? Because I wasn't going on YouTube to watch an episode of one of my favorite shows cut 3 parts.
3-part YouTube. That's my generation.
Sailor Moon was cut into 20-something parts for one episode.
And they never had part 2. Did y'all ever experience that? They never had part 2 in English. It was always in German.
See?
Thank you.
But that's not even the real struggle. Is when you download the series, you spend a week downloading the series. The computer hot. Your room is hot because the computer's on overnight, right? And then all of a sudden you're like, woo, it's done. You hit play, no subtitles. No subtitles. You're like, really? Really? Now, of course, no subtitles. But who learned Japanese overnight? Me. I'm not playing. I'm going to find out what happened to this episode. I am.
And that's just to say, we've been down in the trenches. Anime ladies, you know we've been here. Even if you just got here, you know you're ready to dip right in. You don't need to have your fandom challenge like that.
No.
But at the same time, which goes into kind of the next segue, you don't got nothing to prove. If you are a straight up card captor girl to the bone, own the full collection, own every outfit she did, if you are a clamp lady, if you are a shoujo, if you watched Peach Girl twice, once in dub, once in sub, you are still just as much a fan. Like, so we were going to answer, how many times that you have felt the need to prove it? Because honestly, if you get questioned, the correct answer is, who asked you? You don't need to know. I like what I like, period. But sometimes it is hard to come with that attitude, come with that energy.
Right.
So, yeah, have you ever felt the need, or what's it like for you when you have kind of caved in and like felt the need to show them, no, I like shonen too. I watched all of Naruto.
No, I do. Sometimes I do that. Like, when I'm ready to go in on somebody who's questioning me, I'm like, hold on. You don't even know what studio made this. Relax. Who sing that LP? Did you see my playlist? But then I'm like, why do I have to do that? Sometimes when I start off a conversation with somebody that don't use, deodorant, and they come to me and they start questioning, I have to put out my stats. Women, don't do that. I've been doing it for years, and I realized that you have nothing to prove. You really don't. Nobody should be asking you any questions. And I want to make this perfectly clear. I'm not here to bash men. I just want us to come together, but most importantly, I want to protect who I love more than anything, and it's my POC and black women, because when I see y'all together, y'all give me like so much energy. Y'all my gas. When I told you I passed out going to Artist Alley looking at all the beautiful cosplays with sisters with melanin, I'm like, oh my God, you serious?
My cosplay ladies, thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. All of you freezing your toots off, boobs out, butts out, thank you. We know we're doing it for the cause.
Yes.
You're doing it to support.
Yes. And for the other guys that are not toxic, if you see your friend about to approach a cosplayer who's a woman and about to harass her, check him. You may not be part of the problem, but by you not doing anything to hold your friend accountable, you are part of the problem. So, like I said, this is a space where I want all of us to come together, and our main priority right now is to make sure that we have a safe space as POC black women, to make sure that we can geek out, have fun, cosplay, watch our anime, read our manga, discuss chapters, discuss episodes, discuss karaoke. Like I could sing anime OPs all day long
without knowing any of the words.
First of all, they didn't ask you to learn the words in karaoke. You just sing your heart's content, okay? All right. And Tammy, have you ever felt the need to prove yourself?
Since I kind of am more recent, I don't think I have to prove, but
you heard that? That's a bar. Okay.
I do see that a lot of people do question me. Like, for example, when it comes to Naruto, they love asking me what are my top 3 favorite fight scenes, and I'm like, I'm not going to list you my top 3 favorite fight scenes. That's just not going to happen. But so I do want to go back really quick on the thing you just said about creating a safe space. One of the things I cosplayed back at DreamCon and as Chun-Li, and I know that people came up to me and asked for photos.
She got the thighs, y'all. She got the thighs.
And because of that, a lot of people wanted to come up and, you know, take photos and stuff, which is fine. But I think as a woman cosplaying as well, when you are coming up to a woman to ask them, hey, can I take a photo? Don't just assume like, hey, I'm gonna go in and grab her shoulder. That's a no.
Can we go in on that? Okay,
Yeah.
guys, here are the laws of convention for cosplayers. 1, keep your dang hands to yourself. If you know someone, if you know them like that, you can say, hey, bud.
Right.
If you know someone, if you don't, do not assume they're cool grabbing you or you grabbing them. No. Rule number 2, no unsolicited photography. If you want a picture, you ask for a picture. Don't just like, no. If you will feel awkward about them seeing you take a picture, then you shouldn't be taking the picture.
Right.
Any other like core rules? No touching, no hands. Okay, yeah.
I know we like anime and we like webtoons, but if I'm dressed like her, I'm not your real one. And if I look like you're not, I ain't not.
Thank you. In case y'all didn't hear, just because I look like your waifu doesn't mean I am your waifu. Don't
That's
come at me like that. Okay?
Right.
This is a fun place for us all to be, but just for you guys who are listening, I want this to be an educational experience for you to know there are some things that are very uncomfortable. We are all here having fun. We are all here looking fantastic, doing our best, showing up in ways we can't just walk down the street on a Tuesday. And we all want to enjoy it, but things that can limit it is not keeping your hands to yourself, taking a random stalker picture of me from far behind. Ooh, continuously following someone. If you want a picture, you get them on the spot. Do not follow them through half the con, getting your courage up. You find a homie, gather yourself in a corner, and then approach from the front, politely. And just because I am your waifu doesn't mean, or just because I look like your waifu doesn't mean I am. Just keep that in mind.
You need to get
and that
that
helps
pattern.
everyone.
I like that.
Right?
Just because I'm
Get
dressed
that
as your
on a
wife, you
t-shirt.
don't mean I am. I want that. Get that pattern. We'll talk later. That's a business thing. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, the reason we say that this is problematic, well, Bree already gave us the rundown of what we shouldn't do. But the reason we say this is problematic is because I do want unity in the community, because it's all in numbers, right? This is why Crunchyroll is the way it is. We're able to stream. Yeah, when I tell you anime is so much more accessible than it was 10 years ago, my God, like, oh my goodness. And it's not just Crunchyroll. We got Netflix. They're trying. We got Hulu. We got Amazon.
I was walking through a
Prime.
Target and I saw Demon Slayer t-shirts at Target. You didn't see that 5 years ago.
No. And I want more of that. And the only reason we can get more of what we love is if we come together as a community and the anime community grows. Because I'm trying to see more of my mangas turn into anime, and I want to see them get picked up. Okay? And the only way that can happen if we got more people going to Barnes and Nobles and purchasing
Or Books A Million.
Books A Million, yes. Shout out to Books A Million. Shout out to Books A Million. Because they will sell you the hell out of a box set. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
After speaking of safe spaces, a quick bit of bookstore etiquette as well. We always say support your creators, buy the books. If you're at bookstores and someone's coming up to you, let me reverse that. If you see someone you like at a bookstore and you want to come up to them, first of all, again, do not follow them through the aisles. I don't know why I gotta say this, but never follow people around. I know you're trying to get your courage up, but whether it's at a con or at Barnes & Nobles in the manga section, do not follow people around. If you gotta get your guts up, go ahead, but say, hi, I like that series. So that's just some bookstore etiquette. Do not challenge them on what they're reading or spoil anything. Yeah. Someone did that to you?
I didn't get to get the manga. I was little when I saw the first edition, and someone was like, "Oh yeah, you know that's a book," but I'm like, you didn't read the manga. I'm not saying.
Oh, don't do that too. Don't do that too. Don't question if I read the manga. I don't care. We're not talking about the manga. We're talking about the anime. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, that's just one of those things that happens, but it's all in the same vein in that sometimes you just have to be a little aware in the back of your head that sometimes it's not taken, even if you mean it as a joking way, sometimes it's a little annoying when you get the same thing over and over and over again. Like a mosquito bite. One bite of a mosquito isn't so bad. Can he beat Goku though? Not so bad. What's your top 3 favorite shonen protagonists with pink hair? Not so bad. But when you get this regularly, as a lot of us do, it starts to get a little frustrating. So first, get to know people, be more open, because that's how we really build up our community and make these places more fun to be and interact with each other.
So before, I just want to say this, before we start with the questions, I just want to say this to everybody in the audience, right? Especially my women. Don't be discouraged. I used to get discouraged every day for liking the things that I like. That man right there with the Wu-Tang Clan shirt, that's my husband. When we first started dating, he never knew that I was into anime and comic books until I introduced him to my family and he went in my room. Oh my God.
You didn't hide it under the bed?
No, I got a bookshelf. Why am I to put the whole books in the bed?
Yes, knock it over. Say someone robbed you.
No. At the time, I wasn't ready, right? And then when he got in the room, he was quiet and he was like, oh. This what you like? He's a full-on nerd. Full-on nerd. He sat there, he watched AnimeNYC without me, not AnimeNYC, that's a good anime. You guys should check it out. He sat, you know how when you start an anime with a couple and we always make a decision, we'll watch it together? No, not this man. Not this man. You know, I get that one phone call like when I'm on the train, come on, how far are you? I'm just playing the OP. I'm not really all in yet, but I'm just letting you know it's here. How long are you gonna take? But I realized that I shouldn't have to be like that, hiding what I love. And as black women, and POC women, we don't really have spaces where we could be ourselves, where people could just be like, oh, that's so cool. You know, I like that too. And then you don't get that, you get that vibe when you're like, yeah, I like this. And they're like, really? What? Am I supposed to love Megan Thee Stallion only? Even Meg likes anime.
Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, we all gotta applaud Megan Thee Stallion for her fantastic cosplay.
I mean,
just showing what we can do and how, like, oh yeah, y'all thought we weren't over here? Like, who did you think that character was based off of?
I mean, she got the cheeks, but I'm just saying. Don't be discouraged. The world is going to question you every single day. You could be cute, you could be pretty, you could be gothic, you can love whatever you want to love. You can love your anime, you can love your graphic novels, you can do your, please write more fan fiction. We're living for that.
Please.
But don't stop. Don't question yourself and what you like. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you fuel us. Every time when I see a beautiful black woman and a POC woman downstairs wearing a beautiful graphic tee of either my favorite anime character or a series, something in me just floats. I feel like I'm doing a Sailor Moon transformation in my head when I see it. So don't stop, because we want the kids from tomorrow to see that this is right here, this is not a niche. Be who you are. If you want to cosplay on a Tuesday, cosplay on a Tuesday. I'll be there with you taking pictures if you need me. But we just need to see more of it. I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired of having code. You know how you like, you watch this for real, for real? Like, you know, you have to get that little validation first before you don't geek out so the person don't think you're weird.
Right, making sure, like, do they know what little characters on their keychain?
Yeah, like, that's
how it used to be. I don't know how many of you had this experience growing up, where you'd look around, you'd see someone, like, just who you see often, again, class or work or school or wherever, and it's like, wait, I recognize that character. Are they? Could it be? Is it? when I was in college, I was so nervous about talking to people. I was a huge nerd. And there was this girl who sat in front of me in my English class with her laptop out, and whenever she stopped touching the screen, her screensaver came on. Danganronpa came on her screensaver. Yowamushi Pedal went on her screensaver. She had all the
Tell them what you said to her. Nothing. She didn't speak to her the whole semester.
Okay,
she
don't let
never
me
said
out. This is
anything
my
to
story.
her.
Let me get it. So, guess what I said to her? Nothing. The entire semester, I was sitting there nervous. It's like I knew. And like, I feel like she knew I knew, and I knew she knew I knew, but neither of us were ready to just like talk to each other and kind of like pop that bubble. Fast forward to like a year later, some other mutual friend introduced us, and I heard from her that apparently that entire first semester of college, 3 months, both of us freshmen, she was staring at me up and down our campus because I had an Attack on Titan backpack and she wanted to say hi. We are now good friends, but that just goes to show sometimes we
But look
need
how
to
long it
build
took
confidence.
though. Look how long it took
I
though.
know.
You see? You
I
see?
know, but we need to build that confidence and regularity
Yes.
that when we just see someone on the train, at the bookstore, hell, even at a con, it was a minorly known series, we don't know that's not too well known outside of it, that we're ready to just straight up say hi. Hi, being normal, not following people, again, no unsolicited touching, again, I am not your waifu, one more time for the folks in the back. We're just building that confidence. I feel like that is the point of having safe spaces like this, having safe spaces like meetups, places where we don't have to be worried or afraid to kind of just come out and go for it.
And support your favorite content creators like us. And also, Tammy.
I wanted to touch that last point about creating a safe space as well and why it's important. So one big thing at Hubtaku is that we're all about supporting content creators just like Patty and a bunch of other content creators here as well. There's content creators in this alley right behind us here that are making their own mangas, they are drawing their own characters, OCs and stuff like that. It's important to create spaces talking about anime and making it safe for us as women and everybody alike, because they get to create those kind of things and we get to all enjoy it as well. So please do go support them as well. I did want to promote Gigi. She is back there. Her first volume is back there. We did go buy a copy yesterday. Hopefully you guys can support her as well.
Yeah, we got a panel at 7 o'clock. Diversity in manga. You guys should definitely pull up. I'll be the moderator.
And with that, we did want to open the floor if anyone has questions or like testimonials or things they experienced they just want to talk about. Just line on up in the center. We're going to have a mic coming down. And again, it's anything you want to say whatsoever. Feel free to just shout or say how much fun you're having, or even like give praise to a favorite cosplayer you've seen today.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Katie.
Hi, how
Hi,
are you?
Kate.
I saw you yesterday. How you doing?
Yeah, that's why I kind of went up to another thing. Sorry, I was wondering if anyone told me something.
Make sure you speak up into the mic.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is my testimony, especially for people who I grew up in a, obviously I have a black dad and a black mom. I'm gonna be honest because this is something I didn't see when I was little. It wasn't normal for black kids to like anime and the thing. I would get, oh, you're trying to be like the white people, or
Right.
Asians or anything. Like a lot of my friends when I was really young were Asian American or Korean or things. I would say like, listen, your blackness is not a question because you like something that is associated with someone who's of lighter skin texture with you. You are not less black because you like anime or K-pop or all those other things.
Thank you.
Black is what you are. It's not what you have to earn. You do not have your black card cannot be taken away.
Not to
You are
prove
biologically
anything.
black. I can't take it off. It's with me for the rest of my life.
You're blessed with it.
I just want to tell anyone that because I just learned to accept that and not, because fans will be like, oh, I'm going to take your black card away, or you speak like this, or why do you know this language? Black people don't know that. I can speak Japanese, not fluently. Please don't quiz me. But people look at me like I'm nuts that I can actually speak Japanese sometimes, and my mom is like looking at me like, I gave birth to that. What did I give birth to?
And just to reiterate exactly that, yeah, you are not any less black or Latino or any kind of POC or even non-POC, no matter what, you're not any less of it because you
Right.
love the things you love,
Right.
period.
Yeah.
Just black and be you, and also, listen, it's okay. We like other shit too.
Appreciate you.
Also,
Thank
we
you.
see
so much.
Black and
Yes. Thank you.
Wakanda forever.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, my name's Diana. I just wanted to say thank you not just to all of you, but everyone
here. I think you've done a really good job of creating a really lovely space for trans women as well.
Of course. Woo! Of course.
I thank you for that. We definitely need more people like you. So
thank you for speaking. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
So I'm not a woman. I'm not binary. But what can I do as a white person?
Oh.
Help create a safe space for you guys as well.
Yeah, yeah.
The most important thing you
That's
can do
true.
is just be yourself. That's the most important thing. Just be yourself and everything just flows.
That's true too, but here's the thing. I feel like I don't want no allies. I want accomplices. I want you to rob the bank with me. So I need you, like really seriously, listen. You know, when your friends of color are telling you we hurt or this doesn't feel right, it's okay to actually be like, all right, what do you need me to do? That's what makes an accomplice. Everybody's quick to say, you know, they're allies until they get their feet dirty. Exactly. It's not an easy process. Your feet will always be dirty, and we will appreciate you for that, you know? And thank you for coming up. Thank you for
Also,
that
one
question.
other thing, support Black creators. Like, if you see someone who's artwork, I'm not saying like just throw money at it because they're Black, but if you see someone that's really into it, don't be afraid to like buy a few extra volumes or to like forward their posts. Honestly, by supporting people who do these things, it helps our community flourish, and we really appreciate that. So
Yes.
thank you. We appreciate
Thank
being
you.
here.
Oh, real quick before you go, I got a quick text message. This has been a theme. Patty has been there for that as well, that when we started the clubhouse thing together, she and they get the first say in our communities here, okay? So thank you.
Absolutely, that's a good one.
Hi, how are you?
Hi there. So in my household, my dad was like a huge nerd, right? So he's like got me. He sent me on the track to like get into like all the anime and comic books.
I love your
We
dad.
love nerd parents.
Yeah.
And so like when I go to school, it took a minute for me to like find my own people, even among the Black community. And then it took a little longer online, so I had to like, I was trying to like see like they like the things I like. And
Right.
if I go in talking about stuff I like, am I gonna do that with a little silence?
Right.
So like it took a lot of time, and as like I started maturing more, and I went to high school, and then I started like getting more online and talking with more POCs online. I started like putting myself out there and going into the war and just like taking that chance, even at like, and that's like how I ended up at like convention and stuff. So that's how I met my partner.
Yes.
They found out that they were like old friends from Belmont from grade school, right? And I found that they liked the same thing I did. So all right, this is my chance. So we started talking, and then it just kind of went from there.
First of all, I want to thank you for creating a space for you to find your friends and let them enjoy what they love more than anything. It's going to be hard, but we are out there. We are definitely out there, and that took a lot of guts and bravery, and you didn't give up, so that's awesome. Another thing too, if you see on the screen here, I don't know if our logo's up and the QR code is up. The QR code. If not yet.
It's just a slide.
All right. So before you leave, right? Go to Hubtaku, right?
Yep.
Go to hubtaku.com. We'll have it up. And definitely follow Black Ramen Podcast. We're going to try to create a safe space, a meetup for everyone. We're going to have especially one for POC, Black women, to just talk about what we love, hang out, create a safe space, and talk about all the people that love Goku. But no, I appreciate you. It's very hard. It took me years to find a group where I can just nerd out and geek out and just be loud and obnoxious and unapologetically Black and nerdy. So the fact that you did that, first of all, shout out to Pops, because a lot of parents they're like, oh, will this get you a straight A's in school? Did you do your homework? And some of them, it's not their fault. It's more so don't be mad at them. They're trying to push you to get ahead in life, but yet also sometimes they don't know how to nourish your creativity and what your passion is, but it's up to you to fuel it, right? So when you do go out and try to look for your community that you can be yourself in, first of all, straighten yourself first. Because there are going to be obstacles where people are going to be like, ew, that's what you like? Nah. Get stronger, level up, right? You like that, level up?
No.
I like that.
Yeah. Level up, and then make sure that you are able to take whatever negativity that other people are going to give you and have the strength to look around, and if you don't see the community that you want, you build it, you make it. They're going to come. They're going to come.
You build it, nerds will come.
Yeah, they will. They will. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Also, I love your cosplay. The hair is ridiculously cute.
It's amazing. It's amazing. BlackRamenPodcast.com. You can go on our email, and then Hubtaku, spell Hubtaku for everybody.
HBTKU.com for Hubtaku.
Yeah. So don't forget to email us too if you want to participate, so we can send you our meetups. So we can connect with every single person.
Ladies and the
Oh, the QR code is up. The QR code is up. So don't forget to scan it. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a Patreon, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to make sure that we eat ramen with the real ramen packet with some real sausage, go to blackramen.com to our website. We do have a Patreon. We have our behind the scenes outtakes and everything. We appreciate you.
BLACK ramen. So just go on to that.
Hi.
Hi y'all. My name's Alima. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
To add a little bit to the dialogue, it's not like a definitive question. But when we were talking, I really appreciated the line of thinking about not having anything to prove. I think there is something to be said about having to prove all the characters, all the children. Maybe I just want to keep it shit.
Right? It's so cute. Why can't I like magical girls?
Right?
You
like,
can.
Have to like perform this thing of this is a real anime fan, real anime fan likes this, and there's space for all of us in our cute little circle. I really appreciate this game. I don't actually agree to y'all because I feel the same way. The other thing that I also want to add is that a lot of us, like you said, like we're black, we're women, and like in these spaces, a lot of us are also not neurotypical. Like most of my friends who I met who are also not neurotypical like myself, I am in anime spaces, and so I do think as a community for a safe space, like I don't think some people realize how wild it is to really try to quiz people like that.
Yes.
A lot of us aren't neurotypical. A lot of us have 2 or 3 illnesses attached as well, and so going up to people, quizzing them, making them feel on the spot like that isn't even necessarily how they absorb the content. We have no idea how we're related to shows and artwork, and it's I think it's really appreciated that we just get to prove like you don't have to prove yourself in the space. You don't have to pay a fee name every character in the show and come to an event. You cannot remember any of the names, and you're still invested in the show.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. So I really do appreciate fuck them standing up.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you for coming too. Thank you.
Sorry, I was serious.
No worries. Hello. Hi. And just so I could, these will have to be the last 2 questions because we're going to have to head off for the next person. But yeah, you two are great. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Hillary. I've been enjoying this very much.
Thank you
for coming. I just wanted to say and talk more like about the policing of women, especially like in the anime community, and especially how like the things that make women like are always the things that are being attacked all the time.
Right?
In the fandom. Like
Shipping is attacked. Fan fiction is attacked. All kinds of BL and Fujoshi content is always under attack.
It's always under attack, and it's always about like, why do you like it? Why? It's always like a question of whether like women need to like incorporate themselves on like things that men like to put themselves as like a fan. Like I always have my brother. He's like a big fan. He's like, oh my god, you should watch this show. You not anime, and it's always like, if you don't watch it, like, are you really like a fan? But you never see guys watching Nana or like watching any of like the most like feminine animes.
True.
And it's so annoying because it's like they are equally good, and we do have to like reserve that space, like just to consider them to be feminine is so stupid. It's just anime. It's just like art.
Right.
Yeah.
And you need more story than fight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna hold you. Nana will make you cry. But in certain situations, you might be able to learn your girl a little better. I'm just saying. There's some Joseis out there that get a little spicy, you know, if you don't want to dive into the little hentai. But the story is still good. If you watch Magical Girl, change your life. I'm telling you, your drip will be amazing by the end of the series. I'm not holding it. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to expand your genre of anime, right? Here's the thing. It's for my selfish reason. If you click on certain genres on Crunchyroll and Crunchyroll see that you like that genre, they're going to pick up more stuff. This media will pick up more other genres of manga and be like, all right, let's put this into anime. I want to see it for myself. So if it's not for you, do it for me. Okay? But definitely broaden your horizons. Look at other genres. There's nothing wrong with liking shonen. There's nothing wrong with liking just josei or seinen. But there's so much story out there that you could just fall in love with. And why limit yourself? Look at how big this con is.
I wanna add really quick. I can appreciate my boyfriend is really big into Magical Girl and stuff like that. I appreciate a guy that can be into that. So shout out to you, Bonnie.
Shout out to Bonnie. Thank you.
Thank you. Glad you cute.
You're welcome. Hi.
Okay. Also, like, just applause for your drip right now.
From Brooklyn.
Excellent cosplay.
Yeah. What up? What up? What up, my baddie? What's going on? What's going on?
So quick thing is, well, two quick things. One, I have a young cousin. She's 9 years old and everything like that, and she just started getting into cosplay and everything. I'm over here giving my older cousin, because that's her mom. Like my cousin is her mom. I've been giving her like tips on like how to like get her into gear for cosplay and stuff that's age appropriate. But like I want to know, like the first thing is what would be like what are like some series that are like very like child appropriate but like also would like engage her. She's like really sharp, she's really bright. No one give her no I love men, she likes it too. She wants something more challenging.
Death Note.
Yes. A 9-year-old?
I'm gonna say My Hero Academia.
My Hero? Okay.
Oh, she's My Hero.
Okay. Alright. Really? Ajin? No.
No.
Attack on Titan? No.
She cosplayed as Eri like a bit ago.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
It's too much?
Yeah. Too much? She's over here watching Nana at like 9 years old. Like,
she's watching Nana?
When you're ready, you're ready.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh, slime, that's a good one.
Reincarnated as a slime.
Pretty much any isekai is a good way to go. Most, as long as they don't get too worried. But reincarnated as slime is really good. My next life as a villain is all lives lead to doom. Yeah, there's a bunch of new like isekai lady stuff coming out. Like it's all the girls are getting isekai to something about taming the villain. No, taming the villain boss. Did that get an anime yet?
I think so.
I think it's a fall anime. I think so.
It might be fall anime, those kinds. So isekai with the female protagonist is a solid way to go.
Gotcha.
All of the different.
Oh, yes.
Alright.
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
I can't remember which one has that one not so age-appropriate scene, but it's not explicit. It's just a guy with no shoes. But I don't know how.
So we gotta wrap this up because they're kicking us off. Did you have one more thing? Okay.
I also appreciated what somebody said that earlier. It was like bringing like newer people into like the scene as well, because I used to be a caseworker for people with developmental disabilities. I still am in the field and everything like that. But I really wish that there were more like inclusivity for like POC women who also have like different disabilities, whether they are visible or not.
Right.
Because like I feel like it's definitely important, especially since like there are more and more like series that are like being premiered as manga or even like anime, live action that discuss these topics.
We definitely need that. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you coming.
Wait, hold on. Don't forget. Follow us. Hold on. We on Instagram. Black Ramen _podcast. We on Instagram. What's your
Otaku HBTKU.
Follow us. Don't forget, listen to the podcast and the Patreon. Ladies and gentlemen, we like a little bit of coin, you know what I mean? So we can do more of these panels next year. Definitely email Crunchyroll because we need panels like this. We need Kinky and Curly panels. We need panels for safe space for black people and POC so we can hang out. We make anime poppin'. I don't care. We make anime poppin'. If it wasn't for us, we may not be the biggest consumers, but we are the trendsetters. Understand this.
Speak for yourself. I emptied out my wallet already. I'm selling my kidney in an hour. I gotta get back to that artist alley. But that's it for us. Thank you guys. Have a great con.